By evangelizing their neighbors and beyond, they demonstrated that they had the same love for others that they had for themselves. Welcome back today, episode number 46. All my life, I was told that the greatest commandment God ever gave us was the Great Commission. That's really not correct. So today we're going to look at the greatest commandment and the Great Commandment, which is the Great Commission. Jesus not only gave us the Great Commission, but he also gave us the greatest commandment, which is, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy strength, and with all thy mind, and thy neighbor as thyself. Luke 10:27. The commission and the commandment are codependent. Now, before departing for heaven's glory, our Lord was surely aware of the welcome that was awaiting him. By whatever means heaven celebrates, whether it be cake and balloons or fireworks, you can be sure the angels had prepared a celebration unlike any they had ever had before. Christ was about to be received back in all his glory. The Son of God was going home. Heaven's darling was about to greet his Father and be adored by his creation. What excitement and what anticipation he must have had at that moment. Yet at such a time, he gave his departing orders to his followers, one that would put the icing on the cake of his earthly ministry. His directive was for them to go, preach, baptize, and teach their converts to repeat the process in and for every coming generation perpetually. To be sure all present and future followers would do it correctly, he left the task in the capable hands of those whom he had loved and trusted, arranging for the very Spirit of God to anoint their ministry just as he had anointed Christ's ministry. He equipped them, declaring that all the power he had used to create the universe was now theirs. By their obedience, they would demonstrate they loved the Lord their God with all their heart, soul, strength, and mind. But by evangelizing their neighbors and beyond, they demonstrated that they had the same love for others that they had for themselves. Now, the Great Commission and the greatest commandment are inseparable. If we love God, we will obey him. If we love others as we love ourselves, we will certainly warn them of their impending eternal doom and eagerly introduce them to the gospel of Christ. But if we ignore his Great Commission, then we also ignore his greatest commandment. Our inaction now declares that we choose to someday stand before God in disobedience. We may love him then while gazing on his glory, but we certainly didn't love him while we were mortal, nor did we love our neighbors as ourselves.
We think of our celebration in heaven as being joyful, but I wonder if guilt for our deliberate failures here will cling to us for a time there. After all, there will be tears for him to wipe away. Imagine for a moment the glorious grand entrance Christ must have made. If the return of the prodigal son produced celebration, imagine the return of the perfect son. How does your life indicate to observers which of the commands you consider to be the greatest command?
We hope you've enjoyed this episode in our Understanding the Great Commission series. If you'd like a copy of the book, it's available in paperback, audiobook, and digital download. Just click the link in the description below. Thank you for watching.